I think not many people understand that or recognize the revolutionary character of that right, because that means human rights. Now along comes 1948, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and confirms that in Article 21, Section 3. The will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of government. Okay, the will of the people, that's us. Now, what does that mean in today's world? Well, you and I are faced with monumental problems which are all global. Wars started almost a century, world wars started almost a century ago. World wars. And now we have disaster in the environment, we have a meltdown of currency, we have global problems. Now there are a lot of people who have been thinking of this for a long time. I mean, the old world citizenship is an old idea. It goes way back to the ancient Greeks. Socrates called himself a world citizen, 2,500 years ago. And there are a lot of men who, kind of secret societies, you probably know them, they're talking about the New World Order, but they're talking about it from the top down. And there's a lot of talk about that. The Illuminati, the Council for Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Gang, the Trilateral Commission, and who else? Secret societies, which goes back into history. The difference between our day today and every other historic day is that I'm looking into a camera. I don't know how many people are watching me. You can go on the internet. You can open up, go online. Kids of 7 years old are now online, going on the internet. We have instant communication. The world has collapsed in on itself. There's no time between any people. There's no distance between people. But our minds, our political minds, most of us are, as Stafford Beer used to say, conditioned to a vanished past. We're Americans. We're Germans. We're Israelis. We're French. We're this, we're that. No. These people up in that space station are going around the world every 90 minutes at 17,000 miles an hour. We all know that. We read about it. We see it on television. They even take pictures of it, and we're up there with them. Well, what does this mean? This means that we, the people, are the citizens of the world de facto. When you come out of your mother's womb, you come into the world. You don't come into a political fiction. You don't come into a religion. You are a human. And now what we're talking about, we're talking that we are a species. Well, we've been saying that for hundreds of thousands of years. This is no big deal. It's banal what I'm saying. And how do we know we're a species? Because of genetic code. Your code, my code, practically the same, right? Okay. So this amendment, this amendment put into the U.S. Constitution is now part of the world, what shall I say, the world political principle that the will of the people, that the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people which you've got now. Now, that's the 18th century, but you have them now. And that's why the Declaration of Human Rights is so important. So what I'm saying is that you and I are really making peace from the bottom up. Some people want it from the top down. No, we don't want it from the top down. We are the citizens of this world. This is our world, and we have to claim it. And here is a mandate going back to 1787. Very few Americans even know that. I say if you're a U.S. citizen, you have within your Constitution that you keep talking about and saying, well, you have to put the Constitution, we have to pretend, we have to make the Constitution real and so forth. The U.S. Constitution is real, but it's got something in it which can extend the principles on which we live, and it's to the Ninth Amendment, that Constitution. So that's what I wanted to say today. The Ninth Amendment, have a look at it. It's there. Anybody can see it. The Constitution is open book and so forth, but it pertains to you and to me. And making peace is our job. We have to make peace. It's not up to the armies of the world. Armies can't make peace. That's a contradiction in terms. You can't fight to make peace, okay? So that's, when I say making peace, it's a contract between individuals, but we're already in contract, you see. We're already in a virtual contract, we're in a natural contract, And turning a natural rights into political rights is just a process. And even all your the cities do it. We know how to do that. We've done it up to the national level. But now we're beyond the national level. We're in the world, and it's our world. So this particular historic document really is talking to us from what? Over 2 centuries ago. Because there it is. And nobody can deny it. Mr. Obama cannot deny it. Nobody, no prime minister, no president, no queen, no king can deny the fact that we have rights and they're retained by us and we have to claim them. That's the second thing. It's not good enough to know them. You have to claim them. So that the first step is to know that you are a citizen of the world today. Now the second step is to identify yourself as such. That's what we've been doing since 1953. How? Well, we're playing the document game. That Declaration of Human Rights that you see behind you has a lot of factors in it, which allow us to put documents behind them. For instance, the World Passport. The World Passport is a document which represents Article 13, Section 2 of the Declaration of Human Rights. It says everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country. Hey, that's an interesting word, country. They didn't say state, they didn't say nation, they said country. You know, Tom Paine, who's my favorite, said, my country is the world. And Ben Franklin said, if you're a philosopher, wherever you are, that is your country. And so many people in the world, so many famous people, Dionysius, Diogenes, etc., even Einstein, they all said the same thing. This is one world, and we have to eliminate war. But eliminate war means recognizing that we are peaceful together. And that's the second thing. When you identify yourself as a world citizen, what you're doing is you're making a contract with every other person who's saying I'm a world citizen. What are we saying to each other? We are peaceful with each other. We don't care about frontiers anymore. Hey, we're going off space. We're in the space age. And the other reason is that today, whoever you are, whatever your color of skin, whatever your gender, whatever you think, it's all incidental to one overriding problem that we all face. It's called survival. And as 1945, that was in doubt as to whether the human race was going to survive. You know it, I know it. Those nuclear bombs are ready to go off, they're hair triggered. 11 men in this world have said nuclear is okay. Well, I say no, it's not okay. And you cannot use them because it's not a war weapon. Einstein said it. It's a weapon of omnicide. Omnicide means you and me. We've got to get rid of them. There's no way to even consider that they are usable. Even the court of the ICJ, the International Court of Justice, said that. You can't use these weapons. They are not weapons of war. There are weapons. You see, a weapon of war is from here to there. I shoot a gun or a bullet or whatever, and I'm here and it's there and so forth. But that's not what nuclear does. Nuclear is indiscriminate in its destruction, therefore it's associated to a weapon. It's a genocidal weapon. So that is our main problem. Nothing else means anything if we don't survive, okay? So think about that. Then the third thing is very simple. We create our own government. The Founding Fathers did it. Einstein said something very important. Imagination is more important than intelligence. So we've imagined a new government way back in 1953. It's over 60 years old. And it's functioning. It's functioning because we're the citizens of it. The citizenship and government go together. When you claim to be a world citizen, what are you really saying? You're saying, well, it's my world. The world revolves around me. I'm a kind of a micro-government. But everybody can say the same thing. And that's what fraternity means. That's what getting together means. That's what unity means. And as the Founding Fathers, on that day, that guy stood up and said, I make a motion that we consider ourselves a committee of the whole, and everybody voted yes. That's what I'm saying to you today. We are a committee of the world whole. Hey, thanks very much for listening. Talk to you later.